Primarch of the Space Wolves, Leman Russ is the Viking space bro of the 40k universe. He jumps headfirst into battle, beer in one hand, and axe in the other, completely zero fucks given. Russ, like the other 20 Primarchs, got yeeted across the galaxy when he was just a baby, eventually landing on a planet called Fenris. It's basically Hoth, but with Vikings and wolves. The humans on the planet are hardcore warriors who worship wolves and love getting pissed. Russ gets adopted by a wolf pack, grows up as the biggest, baddest dude on the planet, becomes king, and then continues to wrestle wolves and drinking everyone under the table. And don't forget he has 2 giant wolves as pets, well, because normal dogs are for pussies. When Space Dad shows up to reclaim his kid, Russ challenges the Emperor to a drinking contest and wins. He then challenges him to an eating contest and wins. And he then challenges to a fist fight, but the Emperor wins because he's a fucking god emperor of mankind. But Papa Rems is so impressed with Russ's chaotic energy that he gives him the command of the Space Wolves, a legion of Space Marines as stubborn and ferocious as Russ himself.
Have you guys ever heard of a Frostblade weapon?
You haven't? Well, the Space Wolves are known to use these and other close combat weaponry when in battle. Now, Russ's whole deal is being the Emperor's executioner. He's not sent in to debate philosophy or write treaties. He's here to bash heads and solve problems a simple way, by burning everything down. He's also known to be completely full of himself, constantly bragging about how much better his Space Wolves are than the Space Marines of the other legions. But that's because they are. One of his biggest claims to fame is the burning of Prospero, where he gets sent to deal with Magnus the Red, his nerdy psychic brother. Russ is one of the first to land on Prospero and leads the fight from the front. The Thousand Sons did not intend to perish without a fight, but eventually Russ made his way to Magnus, and after a hard and brutal fight, Russ manages to lift Magnus up in the air and break his back across his knee, resulting in Magnus teleporting himself and the surviving Thousand Sons to safety and escaping execution. Fast forward to the Horus Heresy, Russ is one of the good guys fighting against his traitor brothers. He really hates Horus for turning against Space Dad, and they even have a massive brawl where Horus technically beats Russ, but only because he cheats. But Russ being Russ, he just shrugs it off, grabs his Space Wolves, and then charges into the next battle. In the end, Russ disappears on some mysterious mission, leaving everyone wondering where he went. His Space Wolves believe he'll return for the Wolf Time, which I know is the title of your favourite fairy porn, but in 40k it's actually their version of Ragnarok. So if you ever see a Space Viking in power armour riding a wolf into battle with a tankard of mead in one hand and a giant axe in the other, well, that's probably the Wolf King himself.